Alright, we're recording. I got the Chevron. I got the headphones.
Chevron ready.
Dragon's milk, baby.
Beer.
Right
We're
here.
ready to talk about racism.
Alright. First, before we get into the hot topic, let me
Before we talk about.
get into these controls.
Yeah, you start the conversation.
Oh, you want me to?
Yeah, I want you to hit off.
While I play? Alright.
Hit off.
Alright.
Are you recording already?
Yeah, we're
Oh, you've been recording.
Yeah, I've been recording.
Damn, bro. You told me, bro. What if I said like?
What if you said the forsaken word?
What if I said the forsaken word, bro? Because obviously,
Alright.
we're talking about racism. We must be
Okay.
racist. Of course, there's no other way to have a conversation about race whatsoever. Without being racist, of course.
Oh. Hold up. I gotta clear this room before I can
We can talk.
begin talking about this.
Hot topic. Hot topic.
Okay. I'm just gonna start off the conversation by saying
Oh shit.
I believe
Oh my god.
that our bar for racism is so low right now.
Oh, okay. That's what you want to say.
Let's just start it there.
Okay, yeah. I agree.
Do you have agreement there?
Of course, I agree.
I think that racism right now is just like, it's so easy to be racist that I think that it's only a matter of time before you become a racist. You know what I mean?
Before me.
Yeah, like, if you've done enough stuff on the internet, chances are there's probably enough proof out there that you're a racist.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
Let's be real.
I've dropped a few N-bombs. It was a soft-A. Back in my middle school days. We got contextualize it. I feel like everybody in Miami, whether they are black, white, or Hispanic, says the N-word. With the soft-A. I feel like it's kind of faded off, but I think you remember that when.
What the fuck? What,
I think you're
soft A?
Yeah, like N-I-G-G-A, yeah.
Not the
Not the Edo, not the Tigger wood.
That's the Mississippi shit. No one says that here.
Yeah, no, everybody says.
No one here says that.
Yeah, no, for real, nobody says.
Okay, you know what?
Unless you're talking about like your uncle, like your racist uncle, but they don't even say it. They just say other things, other pejoratives.
I mean, they have such colorful language. They
Yeah,
have
they do,
so many words for. You know, something that I like about South Florida is that racism as a concept here is very like, it's race. Oh my god. Okay. Race is not something that people care about here. You notice that?
Yeah, no, it's more like where you're from in a way. In a way. In a way.
Okay.
Well, I guess it depends who you're talking to. Because Cubans really care about race.
Well, here's the thing: is I'm not saying that we're not racist.
No, I'm not. Okay, no.
I'm saying that we don't care about race.
Oh, I get what you mean. That's like, true. Everybody's a thing game, right?
Yeah, because here exactly here
everybody's a minority.
Exactly.
Anyway,
that's what I'm saying. Everyone's a minority, so we're not trying to, like, we don't care about what your race is. If chances are we don't like you anyway.
Yeah.
Like Cubans don't like anyone. That's not, you know what I mean? Like Cubans will talk shit about anyone.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't matter. So I feel like because we live, South Florida is so minority heavy,
or unique in its culture. It's very unique culture.
Yeah, we don't really pander to race like that. Yeah, so.
Wouldn't be stuck there.
So what I think that I think that we're not. Okay, I'm actually gonna use another word. Miami is super. People from Miami are super prejudiced, but we're not racist.
What's the difference?
The difference is, difference is.
Isn't racist being like prejudice?
I think racism.
Isn't that a way to define it? Isn't that like a synonym?
I think there's overlap between what. Okay, there's overlap between racism and prejudice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what is it? Fuck.
In that, chances are, someone who's racist is also going to be prejudiced. But
Not all prejudice is racist.
yeah, but not all
prejudice.
Exactly. Not all prejudice is racism. For example, I've told you this before, right? It's my girlfriend.
I'm just kidding.
My girlfriend. She worked at a restaurant, right?
Oh, man. This hot topic, guys.
Yeah. So she worked at a restaurant, and 80% of the time, when an African American party would come, she would not want the table. Why? Because 80% of the time, they would tip terribly.
Or not at all.
Now that's you, like, that's her experience.
Mm.
Now the thing is, she's not thinking, oh man, African Americans are greedy, like, or stingy, like, have no class. She doesn't think that of African Americans, but from her experience, she's like, well, African American tables, at least at this restaurant, don't tip that well. And you know what?
I think there's a stereotype that African Americans don't tip low.
It's a stereotype, right? So,
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Nice.
That could have helped us a lot.
See, this right here rewards the player that's terrible and has to go through this room so many times. So from her experience, she's right 80% of the time. So she's definitely being prejudiced. She's making an assumption about the table, but the assumption is based off her experience. Just like how people can be prejudiced towards cops, right? African Americans, let's say, maybe not even African Americans, just people generally are very prejudiced towards police because their experience with police is not good. It's like, oh man, every time I encounter police, it's always terrible. So you have this prejudiced opinion of police. Now, you could say, oh, well, police aren't a race, but in the end of the day, we're just segmenting people by a certain characteristic that has nothing to do about them, right? Being African American has nothing to do with the individual, really, right? Like, individuals are all different. Just so
I guess,
like how well does being when I say, oh, you're a Latino, does that encompass your personality? Does that encompass your identity?
No, Latino is like extremely broad.
Exactly. So
fucking broad.
So how do you think an African American feels when you say, "Oh yeah, I understand you," just because you say because you understand African Americans, right? Like, I say that with quotations, right? Like, African American, I'm sure the last thing any minority wants is to be pandered to by their ethnicity. That's like the last thing they want, right?
Well, I think there's like extremely broad characteristics that you could probably put on a race,
and that's prejudice.
Yeah,
but there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
because sometimes I got.
Fuck, you're gonna get sniped by the same.
You want to try this?
Fuck, I guess.
You're not gonna
get sniped by the same fucking guy.
You're not gonna have any luck.
No, of course not. He's tired of dying, dog. Hey, look, I understand. I understand. So, carry on.
Alright.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh, I think it's better we just heal before going in, because that shit, whatever those fucking birds do, is
fucking vaporize me.
It's a one shot because of my health right now.
So yeah, the thing is, you can't eliminate prejudice because prejudice will always be based off of people's experience. And the thing is, you can't take away someone's experience. Like, for example, I'm prejudiced towards. I would say I'm prejudiced towards just about everyone. Really, I'm prejudiced towards every race. I'm gonna be real here. Every culture, I'm prejudiced towards.
You mean your own Hondurans?
Yeah, Hondurans, bro. Dude, I don't trust Hondurans. Not even
Hondurans,
not even
your own people,
family, dude. Because I know I've had enough experience with Hondurans and that country. I've been in that country many times. I'm from that country, and I know that you don't mess with Hondurans, like,
yeah, especially in San Pedro Sula.
San Pedro Sula, you'll get killed. You get killed in Honduras just for having, I don't know, just having a slightly more expensive car. They'll kill you and take your car. Like, they'll rob you with a coconut. That's how poor they are. and they don't give a fuck, man. I'm prejudiced towards Hondurans. I'm prejudiced towards Cubans. I'm surrounded by Cubans, and Cubans.
We get though. Yeah, I understand.
More often than not, the Cuban here in my apartment complex, Cubans love to get drunk late night by the pool and scream and play loud ass music every night. And that's just my experience with Cubans.
I think that's everybody's experience with Cubans.
So you see,
that's everybody's experience with Cubans. I understand that because it's like
so. But here's the thing: do I think I'm better than Cubans? No, just some of them.
Oh yeah.
I don't think Cubans are inferior as a race.
No.
Right? They're just like
ethnicity, whatever.
Or ethnicity, yeah.
Or broad
ethnicity. That's true.
Or broadly speaking, because
Cubans aren't inferior, right? Like to any other ethnicity, race, or culture. It's just that my experience with them, I get kind of annoyed. That's about it, right? So, but that's prejudice.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, it doesn't matter who you are. Chances are you're prejudiced towards a certain race, but that doesn't mean you're racist. And I think nowadays, what I see a lot is that people think that they can't even be prejudiced because if not, they're going to be ostracized as a racist. But trust me, you'll know a racist when you see one, and they're very rare. And the thing is that racists know how bad it is, how badly you'd be treated as a racist, that they keep it a secret. They'd rather come off as non-racists than be racist. Damn, good job with that shit.
I think
we were both popping off there.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, and like, oh my fucking god. Oh.
Take your time. You gotta take it piece by piece.
Yeah.
Oh
my god. Somehow I'm making it through. You can keep talking. Don't worry. I'm listening.
Alright, so that's not even.
The lady.
I think that's not even the controversial part. Like.
Yeah, I get it.
I think being prejudiced is perfectly acceptable. It's perfectly acceptable to say something like African Americans are bad tippers. Like a server saying, "Yo,
fuck
it's
me."
perfectly acceptable for a server at a restaurant, for example, to say, "I don't want the African American table because I think they're going to tip me bad."
Do you think so?
I think that's perfectly acceptable. I mean, whether they get the table or not, it's usually not their choice.
That's true.
But for them to have that opinion,
bro.
you'd be like, "Yeah, sure."
This game just gets harder, bro. Like I don't know. It just gets like I don't know where the hard where it gets hard. It gets hard, dude.
When I played this game for the first time, I remember it being kind of easy.
Yeah, I think when you're like I don't know, bro. When you're in the zone, you're not even fucking talking to nobody. You're not having these conversations. I think it's a lot easier. Because I remember I beat the game. And we haven't even fought one boss. We have not fought a single fucking boss.
We've given up.
Oh fuck! I got fucking tried.
Yeah.
Bro. Good. Yeah, good. But look at that. We're left with 1 health.
All right, we're gonna need to get a power up that's actually gonna help us survive.
Hold on. Maybe we can power through.
Yeah, try and get through this.
Power through. Somehow I made it to the other part. Oh my god.
Ooh, shit. Nice.
Alright, go ahead. What was your conversation?
Yeah, I think it's perfectly acceptable.
Justify your racism.
To be prejudiced.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Most women are very prejudiced against guys.
That's true.
Most women assume most guys are going to rape them.
Yeah, that's true. I always feel uncomfortable walking near a woman at night.
And you know what? Because statistically speaking, I'm not saying most men are going to rape women, but they've had very horrible experiences.
If a woman's going to get raped, chances are it's going to be by a guy.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. I mean, yeah.
So they have the.
Oh my god, that was unintentional. That was so unintentional, but that was pretty sick. Anyways,
all right, let's see.
So I'm saying, we're in a way,
we have to be prejudiced.
And no, that's like a type of prejudice that people are kind of
think is okay.
Yeah, that they kind of think it's okay, which is it's fucked up, but
Yeah, so that's actually good.
Oh my god, look at that! Look how much health this motherfucker.
Yeah, but you already got him. You just got to hit him one time.
Yep. Oh my god, how much more?
Oh,
how much more
you got to
abuse?
heal, dude.
Oh.
You're gonna get.
Oh yeah, one shot.
Oh, nice, bro. Nice.
Somehow I did that. Somehow. That's crazy.
Did that guy? Wait, hold on. Go down.
Yeah. What?
Did that guy drop a power up or something?
I don't think so. I got a power. I got all the 4 squares, so we can't get a power up. But I don't want to leave. Anyhow.
I'll say, you know what the true minority in this country is? The Republican.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say white people. Fuck off. No.
White people make up they went from 50% to like 40% or something like that, right? They're below 50%.
Yeah, but what? I mean, whatever.
It's not a minority, right?
Nah, bro. I mean, whatever, man. Like,
You know what? Actually, you know what minority gets? There's 2 minorities actually that get the shaft.
Which one?
Number 1 is the Jew. Jewish people.
Nobody thinks about Jews because Jews have it pretty good.
The thing
relatively speaking.
People just look at Jewish people have become like whites. People don't even look at Jews like, oh, that's Jewish person. They don't even say that. They're like, oh, that's a white guy.
I think it's a little harder to
You know what I heard? Fuck, I forget who said this.
It's a little harder to kind of.
I was listening to a podcast. It's very left leaning, right? I listen to this podcast a lot.
Really? What's it called?
Pod Save America. It's a political podcast. And
Politics Save America?
Pod Save America.
Oh, okay. Wait, fuck. How do you pull up the map again?
Press start.
No, I don't think that's it. There we go, select. Okay, so that's to go back.
Alright, you have to go back and get the power up.
What power? Oh, yeah.
You gotta get something, bro. We're so weak.
No, we did.
That double.
We just did pretty good.
I know, but.
Well, I did, because you fucking scrubbed out. We scrubbed out. I'm just kidding, bro. We all fucking scrubbed out. I think we gotta go here somewhere.
Yeah, there's one more.
What?
There's one more key that we need to unlock.
Well, there's 2 pillars, because we. Oh, no, yeah, you're right. It's one more.
What do you do? Go get a power up.
Yeah. Gotcha.
If you could get more health, that would be incredible. Okay, so in this podcast, they were talking about how Joe Biden is nominating a African American woman to the Supreme Court, and they said how there have been no minorities in the Supreme Court for I forget how long or whatever.
Has there ever been?
There has been. There's been like 2 Jews. But to them,
nobody thinks about
exactly
Jews.
to them.
Nah, before Jews, bro, nobody thinks about them.
They didn't consider those 2 Jewish Supreme Court members.
Yeah, as minorities.
They considered them as white men. So because let's be honest here,
maybe we can get like
based off history, which has been the most chastised minority of all time?
By the Jews.
Even Jesus didn't like the Jews.
No,
not even Jesus.
I think he was a Jew.
He
was a Jew.
I don't know what Jesus was thinking, but he didn't like him.
Did he really not like him?
I guess he didn't. I mean, the Jews killed him.
I mean, but his whole thing was forgive.
I mean,
you think this is worth it though? Probably.
I don't think so, man.
Really, we can probably hit him back. Yeah, but or
I think that one could be pretty good because you can just swipe through shit.
Wait, before we make that choice, I want to see what other power up.
Dude, if there's a power up for more health, that's what we should get.
Yeah, that's true. That's what fucks us up, right? Is the fact that we get hit. We get hit too much. We get hit too much.
That one
might be better than that one. I don't know. So this one, what?
That one gives us a shield.
So you can just dash into it.
Yeah.
Which will probably benefit us because we can dash into the enemy and just fuck him up there.
And we have the 2.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's get this.
Let's see how that one works.
Oh, so he's. Is it already on? Like.
I think if you.
Oh, if it's. So it's just,
if you run into someone, you'll see the shield pop up. So the Jew is like an underappreciated minority. It doesn't help that they're very successful on average.
Yeah,
I think that helps. That doesn't help their case. Of being
that kind of sucks. It's like
number 2 is the Asian. Asian minorities are not really thought of like as
only recently because there's been like a spike in like Asian hate crimes.
I guess so, but it doesn't really matter. Like
yeah, who cares if they beat up Asians?
That's not really what you hear about in the news. And when people refer to minority groups, that they're almost always referring to poor minorities.
Yeah, like
the thing is,
Hispanics or
African Americans. So those are the 2 main minorities right now. Is usually
we have it so good, man. You and me. Oh shit! What the fuck? What, these people spawn back in?
This is the overworld, bro.
Oh, that's true.
They procreate up here.
Oh my god, I got fucked.
Oh damn!
Guy, you shoot him down, bro.
You didn't know you were strapped.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that, right?
Yeah, fuck it.
You shot him down, bro.
Oh, you got.
Oh my! What the fuck? I forgot that's fucking.
Yeah.
That's a fucking clip.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard. So I'm not gonna lie to you. This is hard to figure out what the fuck's a clip. So we gotta go here.
Is that the one we did? Oh,
yeah, because that's the one that
skipped that one.
That's the one that's lit up, or maybe it only pops up once we finish everything.
I think we already went through there. Right,
yeah, we did.
And get that thing.
Oh shit. That was stupid. Oh my.
Nice. Yeah.
All right. So go ahead.
Asians are they're on average very successful. Let's say race in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that doesn't. There's been Asian hate crimes, but
I forgot how fast I went for it.
I find that the
Oh, okay. So I got them all 3. Okay.
I find that the media really doesn't care that much. It might be hot news for a second, but up left right there.
Oh, good eye.
So I think that Asians are kind of neglected as minorities.
Yeah, because I mean, to be fair, I guess when you're doing well, I guess people don't really like care about. I'm not saying
they don't have sympathy for you as much.
Yeah, I guess, which might be a good bad thing. Maybe we should care of our less. Oh, that motherfucker jumped off. You saw?
Yeah.
I guess to be fair, I guess since we live in Miami and our context is just everybody's Hispanic or some type of minority, it's very hard to quantify or to kind of. I kind of see that quote unquote oppression. You get me?
Yeah.
You understand?
Wait, oppression of what?
Of like our race. That's like the big thing. It's like, oh, speaking of race, you know what bothers me?
What?
Is that Hispanics are kind of viewed as like one big ethnic group, as opposed to like a big, instead of being like a multiple ethnic groups that kind of share more of a cultural likeness, or even which is kind of weird because like whenever every time most people talk, it's like, oh, they're like white, black, Hispanic. Even though like I feel bad from like my like Afro Hispanic people because like, dude, like there's like black people in like South America, right?
Yeah.
So it's
that's
like
true, right? So like
kind of like I feel kind of bad.
Yeah.
In a way, it's like that, bro. Like we're no. So I always find it weird that we're kind of all grouped like together ethnically, and I don't know. I just find that weird.
No, it's true. It's I would say it's ignorant, right? It's ignorant.
Yeah. It's like most people don't really understand. Like most people, so that makes me kind of like, do you really care about Hispanic people, or is it just like a big LARP?
Or are they just?
It's like a big virtue signal.
Are they just
virtue signal?
What do you call it? Are they just a constituent, a voter base for you?
Yeah,
That's what it seems like, right? Just
And
all
that's
Hispanics.
yeah, that's been a detriment to the Republican Party. Have you seen this latest poll that came out that Hispanics are just as willing to go right than they are left in voting wise. So they're willing to vote for they're just as willing to vote for Democrats as they're willing to vote for Republican. And I feel like most people would look at like, why would they vote Republican? Aren't Republicans racist? Don't they hate Hispanic voters? But like, when you kind of treat people like they're just when you treat them broadly like that, like Hispanic people they're all the same. They're all just this oppressed class.
What's funny is that
Mhm.
the way the Democrats think they can win over
Hispanics?
the Hispanic vote is by tackling immigration. You know what I mean? Isn't that kind of racist?
In a way, yeah.
It's pretty racist.
In a way, yeah.
Dude, Hispanic. Let's be real, dude.
This is all speak as Hispanics because we are.
This is speaking from my personal experience. Central Americans, people that I know that are Central American and Cuban, because those, if I'm being honest, those are the Hispanics that I interact with the most.
Yeah, being your family,
Central Americans like Hondurans, Nicaraguense,
here,
Mexicans, Cubans.
Oh, the fuck? It's like hidden. I guess that's why we didn't fucking see it.
They actually are very pro strict immigration laws. They don't like it when illegal immigrants come here. So that most of the Hispanics that I talk to hate the idea of open borders and just letting illegal immigrants off easy. Because the way that they see it, based off the way that they tell me, is we worked really hard to get our citizenship and visa like legitimately. We don't want freeloaders, right? So you know what I mean. It's the fact that the Democratic Party thinks that they can win over the Latinx vote by being soft on immigration law or let's say immigration policy. It's so it's prejudice of them, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's probably why like their tactics haven't worked, and that's probably why you kind of see why Hispanic voters are kind of voting. They're more willing to vote right wing now.
Yeah. Well, Cuban. What I've noticed is that Cubans historically have been Republicans. Cubans have always been Republican.
I've heard many reasons to that. I would assume it's because they come from like a very leftist like government and they're kind of sick of that.
They come from a communist.
Yeah, so that's probably why they vote more.
I wouldn't even
Republican.
Look, I wouldn't even say that Cuba is a leftist country. It's just it's communist, right?
Well, that's like
I don't know if it's left or if it's right, but
that's like the ultimate. That's like quote unquote on the political scale, the ultimate leftist ideology. Just like how I guess fascism is like the ultimate right ideology. You get me? I guess so. I don't know how the fuck to open that door. This is where we need to go. We need to figure out how to open this dumbass door.
Damn. Okay. Go back.
Yeah. Yeah, we should have played Pokemon, bro. At least that's like more. we should have done a more straightforward game. It's not like a.
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
Oh. Well, I think we already did that though.
Did we?
Because look at this. I think I already went there.
You did. But it's like.
Yeah, I already.
Yeah, you did.
I did went there already. Dude, go back to the town and
Yeah, fuck it.
Go hit the hookah in. get your spirit level up. What? Yeah.
Anyhow,
so you think that the most extreme version of leftist ideology is communism?
Well, that's what most people say. That's like, and just like I was saying, like the most extreme version of I guess right wing ideology is fascism. Which is weird because they kind of mirror each other a lot.
Yeah, right. It's almost like you go so far into the spectrum, right?
You kind of overlap.
Yeah, they overlap.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah,
that's an interesting thought. Wait, go. I think you have to go to the house to heal.
What house? Oh, no, I already healed. I think I
really.
I think I I think once you, well, you, I don't know, dude. Like I'm wearing.
All right.
The beer's getting to me.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we gotta figure the fuck out what the.
I say we're just gonna scan it from the beginning. I say go up as going from the beginning, and just go through every corner. I'm gonna go get those beers. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Here's a chicharrón. Did you finish yours?
What?
You finish yours?
No, but I'm all finished. So did you finish yours?
Yeah, I finished mine. Finish yours.
I'm like right there.
Finish that shit. Here, look. Finish it. Get the other two beers actually, and I'll keep playing. How about that? I'll find out what we gotta do.
Yeah.
Beers right there, and the can of.
Do you guys recycle or you throw it in the garbage?
Nah, just throw in the garbage.
Not very productive. Where's your beer license?
Alright. This would be a good opportunity to get some health power.
Because I forgot we left off in the conversation. We were talking about Hispanics. Democrats are kind of losing it when it comes to Hispanics, which is their fault. I think it does tie it back in because treating the Hispanic voter as they're all kind of the same, it's kind of racist in a way.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's very ignorant. Okay, so I
probably way too broad.
We've talked about this before. We've talked about this before, and so you might. I don't know if we already went through here.
I don't remember. Oh.
I think this is just lore.
Maybe we will.
I think this is lore. Something like that.
Maybe. Oh, that could be a way to unlock. Maybe. I don't know.
Let's see. Maybe that's relevant.
Maybe.
Alright. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a pivot. A hard pivot.
Oh, damn.
I think...
Yeah,
this guy looks like... what's his name?
Finn, right?
Yeah. Finn for Adventure Time.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Alright, I think it's perfectly acceptable, and you're going to remember as soon as I say this, because we've talked about this before. It's perfectly acceptable for a business to deny service or selling goods to anyone for whatever reason. So, for example, I think it's perfectly acceptable for a store to put up a sign that says, we don't serve X minority. We don't serve African Americans.
We don't serve Ecuadorians.
Or Chick-fil-A. We don't serve the gays.
Okay.
I think that's perfectly acceptable. As in, not acceptable morally. It's perfectly acceptable.
Like business-wise.
Not business-wise.
Try to go down there. Maybe now. Maybe that shit did open there or something. Or yeah, keep it there.
I'm just gonna double check everything.
Yeah.
Make sure we have everything.
Maybe that.
I'm gonna make sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we did go there.
Maybe that dumb plate that we just slide up. Maybe that shit was what?
Yeah,
maybe
could have been relevant. I think it's perfectly acceptable, not from a moral standpoint, because I think the moral thing to do is just to serve everyone equally. I think it's perfectly acceptable from a legal standpoint. I think that the business has the legal right. It has the right to choose to serve whoever they want to serve.
What that is?
And I think that holy shit. And I think that a lot of people don't think that. I think that a lot of people, if a business said that we don't serve X group, they would say, well, it would be an outrage. It would be an outrage, right? Mm-hmm. But I think it's within their rights to do that.
I mean, yeah, technically, I guess a business can deny you for whatever fucking reason that they see fit, even if it's like a shitty reason like that. Like, yeah, I don't like the place. I don't like where you're from.
No, it's
Oh,
not it.
fuck. Yeah, we'll figure out how to fuck with them in
Damn.
that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna find out. We're gonna go through it. We already went through that.
So go on.
Yeah, no, I wanted to get your thoughts on that. Will you agree with it? It bothers you, but you agree
I mean,
with it.
yeah, I guess legally they have every right. I think it kind of sets terrible precedents. But like if the party, I think in a way they kind of reap what they sow. If they do that and then they end up going out of business because like half of the population ends up being that sort of type of minority, and then
Well, yeah, exactly right.
and then they just don't go into business. They end up losing business. I mean, that's kind of on them. But I'm more worried about like the precedent it sets. Let's say like a random town in like fucking Buffalo, Louisiana sets that, like a random town,
Yeah.
and they have enough white people in that town,
Yeah.
to keep the business open, and then it's just like they have just below the population of that certain type of minority. Let's say like black people, Hispanic people. Like I feel like that's kind of shitty in a way. In a way, so I understand why there's kind of laws against that certain type of way, but that's not definitely. I don't think that's gonna happen. But
You know what I have to say to that is that
you understand what I'm trying to say, right?
yeah, no, I understand exactly.
Even though I might
and it's actually it's a good consideration, right? I would say to that, however, is that a town should be ran and designed for the people that live in it. So if you if people live in a racist town and they're all racist, that's the perfect town for them, right? They should be allowed to be as racist as they want, as long as that's what they're all voting for. Oh, here's another one.
Whoa.
So I mean,
I hope these fucking stone tablets are like relevant. I hope that's what opens up the fucking thing. So I don't think it's lore. I think
right. It doesn't tell us anything.
Yeah, it's just this motherfucker just pops up there.
Right, it's like this is like some Star Wars shit.
I get you.
It just reminded me of some Star Wars shit. I don't know why. Okay, let's see. I think we were here before.
Yeah, we were. I don't know what they told us that.
This is like the history, right?
Yeah.
The history of the land. He's a bird too. He's a bird too. He knows his shit. He was there. I can tell from his race that I can trust him.
Anywho, okay. So I get what you
so
like. I feel like if they all want to, if like a town wants to congregate and they're all racist, like
it's a racist town.
It's a racist town. Like do I hate that it exists? Kind of, but it's like I feel like they have the right to do that.
Yeah, that's their town, right?
That's their town.
They got their mayor. They got
their racist mayor. Their racist mayor. But yeah, if they want to exist,
if they vote for the most racist laws, yeah, bro.
Yeah, I think they have.
That's their town.
I mean, that's democracy. Unfortunately,
exactly right.
Unfortunately,
democracy allows for racism.
Yeah, unfortunately.
If people are racist collectively, then it's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, they. I think they have a right to exist.
Exactly.
I don't think I'll ever go to that town.
Exactly.
I don't know why.
Who
would?
Do you think that town's main sector of business is hospitality?
Probably not.
Tourism?
Probably not.
It's not. No. What do they have to offer?
Nothing. I don't know who.
The most racist
town ever.
Theater shows of I don't
They have like menstrual shows. They saw people like dressed in blackface, like pretending to be like that type of shit. They just like they get together and then they talk about how much they hate brown people.
Yeah, right. They're still on the black and white movie.
They're still black and white. They still segregate. I mean, it sucks for any minority. But But I don't know, I don't know why you would want to move there if you're like a minority.
Exactly, you wouldn't, right? So towns like that don't exist because there's just not enough racists for those towns to exist. If you think about it,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure
There's probably some.
Actually, I take that back. Yeah.
There's probably some racist ass town, especially in this state.
No.
And maybe Louisiana. Too.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, there's probably some real. No. There's. I was at North Carolina.
Sounds pretty racist.
And there are parts of North Carolina, like let's say strips, like little towns, where you drive through it and it's like Confederate flags just planted on like every house. So you can tell. I don't think that just because your heritage has Confederacy, let's say. Just because your family line has some Confederacy affiliation doesn't mean that you're racist. But these people are a little too proud about the Confederate flag.
Yeah.
So something tells me that they are racist. I'm being a little prejudiced here.
I know.
I'm being a little prejudiced towards these white people. That makes me feel bad. I don't like being prejudiced.
I always think it's funny how people are very proud of essentially a different traitorous country. But all right, whatever, man. If you're okay with.
So these things do exist.
No, of course they do. I'm not saying they don't, but it's I just find it weird.
But the thing is, they don't affect anyone. Because you know what? I saw some black people. They're black. I don't know if they're African American or if they're maybe European or maybe actually African, right? They were shopping in their farmers market, and it turns out that these racist people are more greedy than they are racist.
That's true, right?
They care more about the dollars than they care about this.
The racists. Yeah, I mean
they were so racist that
they won't
reject the dollar of the black man.
No, they'll be like, I fully hate you, but
I need a race to sell.
I need that money.
I need to sell the squash.
Yeah.
The squash is gonna rot if they don't move the product.
Oh fuck.
Honestly, bro, I don't know where to go.
Honestly, I think
I've been. Oh, there's something up here.
Is it?
Let's see if I've done this. Oh.
What the fuck?
Okay. Well, I mean, I shot it. That was my best effort. Fuck. All right. How long have we been recording? It's been 40 minutes. We gotta cut the episode.
Really? I feel like we haven't talked about anything.
Yeah, and I feel like made no progress. What the? Well, we gotta cut it here.
All right,
it's too long.
I guess we
could do a racism part 2.
Yeah, we can. I think this.
If we want to keep talking,
this topic is way too broad. I think we have to. I think we have to start narrowing down our topics. Our topics. I think it's way too broad. I feel like we kind of shot off so much. We kind of artistically shot off in so many directions.
All right.
Well, until next time. Fuck all of you.
Bye.